Hello students, hope you are enjoying Java programming. Today I will discuss about Java networking, that is how socket programming can be done in Java. Today I am going to present a video lecture for your quick reference. Let's start the session for today. Networking or socket programming in Java is very important concept. As you know, with the help of Java networking, we can connect two or more computing devices together. Java networking is a concept of connecting two or more computing devices together so that we can share the resources. With the help of Java socket programming, we can share the data between two different computing devices. For example, in a chatting program, a client can interact with a server with the help of socket. What is a socket? Socket is endpoint of a two-way communication link between two programs running on the network. That means with the help of socket, we can connect two programs the network, we can communicate between each other. In real life, lots of Java programs use TCP, that is Transmission Control Protocol. TCP is a connection-based program. It is a reliable program. That means we get acknowledgement after receiving the packet, and it provides Java Stream sockets for continuous data stream. In TCP, the arrival of packet is guaranteed, but another UDP, that is User Datagram Protocol, it is not a connection oriented, else it is a connection less service. And in UDP, there is no guarantee of arrival of packet. That is, it is unreliable protocol, but it is much faster than TCP. Here I will focus on TCP/IP socket. How the sockets done in Java? Java provides java.net package in which two classes we can use, socket and server socket. Socket class implements one side of two-way communication, and the server socket class can be used to create a server socket. Server socket object is used to establish a communication between the clients. The most important methods of socket class are: first one is the get input stream, which is used to read the data from the socket. Another one is the output stream, which is return the output stream attached with the socket. And another method is close, which closes the socket. Server socket class has also two important methods. First one is the accept, which return the socket and establish the connection between a server and client. When client requests for connection, then server accept that connection with the help of accept method. And another method is close, which close the server socket. Next, how the communication can be done between a client and server. First of all, what the server needs to do, it should be create a server socket by server. It listen for incoming connection attempts. It communicate with the clients, interact until it time to close the connection. Anyone, server or client, can close the connection and go back to listening. Similarly, what the client needs to do, it should be connect to the server. Client can send the data and receive data, as well as client can close the connection. Let's see the real live example of Java socket programming, where the client and server both read and write. In this example, client will write first to the server, then server will receive and print the text. After that, server will write to the client and client will receive the text and print the text. The step go on. That means in this example, we can illustrate the interaction between the client and server. Let's take real example of socket programming. First of all, click on NetBeans ID, where we will do the program of socket in Java. We have to create two separate programs, first for the server and another for the client. Let's take first the server program. This is the source code for your server program. We have to import two packages. First one is the java.net for networking, and another one is for input output, that is java.io. First of all, we have create server socket and giving is port number. Port number provide the specific application point to the server. From 0 say from 0 to 1024 ports are reserved. After this we can take any port number. Then socket class use for accepting the connection from client. It is used to establish the connection between the client and server. Then we take data input stream, which takes argument as a get input stream, where we can get the input data from the socket. And for writing purpose, we have to use data output stream by giving argument get output stream, which is used to write data on a socket. We have to use buffer reader to read input from the console, that is system, which takes another argument input stream reader and then system.in. By using this, we can read any text from the system console via using keyboard. Then we have taken a loop while not str equal to stop until client or server write stop, program will continue. Then we use read UTF method. This method basically is used to read in a string that has been encoded using a modified UTF-8 format. Then write that string, which will be displayed as a client says. Then use the read line method, which is used to read the text from the console given by the user. And then we use write UTF method. Write UTF method is used to write a string to the underlying output stream using method UTF-8 encoding. UTF full form Unicode Translation Format, which is the most widely used today on the internet for encoding a character. At last, we have to write the out to flush, which flush the data from the input stream or output stream. Then lastly, we have to close all the connection by using the close method. Similarly, we have to write another program for client. We can see here the source code of client, where again we have to import java.net package and java.io package. Then use socket class, which takes argument as a local host. Local host means the server will reside in the same system in which client has working. If you want to connect with another system, you have to write here IP address of that machine. This is the port number as we given in the server program already, by which a client can connect with a server. Again, we are using here data input stream and output stream for getting input from socket and write output to the socket. Again, we use buffer reader method for taking an input from console. Again, loop is same while str not equal to stop until client or server not return stop, the program will continue. Again, use same method, and then at last we write server says, and finally we have to close connection. For running these programs or to provide communication between a server and client, we have to run both programs simultaneously. First of all, click on my server Java, right click on this run file, then go to my client Java file, right click on this and run file. You can see both the programs are running now. In my client, write hi. Then this message is goes to the server as client says hi. Then server has to respond hello. When server writes hello, it goes to the client program where it is displayed as server says hello. Then client again interact with the server. How are you? Then this message is displayed in a server window as client says how are you? Then server responds fine. Then again this shows server says fine. This is how a client and server can interact with each other. At last, client has written stop. Client says stop, and server again says stop, and the program has terminated. So this simple example how a server program and a client program run in a NetBeans. So that's all about today class. Thanks for watching video. Hope you have learned a lot from this video. Best of luck.